Let's find out. So we are back on the Mana Symbol channel, hanging out here. It's a beautiful Saturday. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. It is hot in southern Ontario. It's 30 degrees Celsius, which is actual like legitimate heat. It's properly summer. And we're going to play a little cleansing, chill, blue-green manufacturer. Or Manufactor, as I found out it is. So Academy Manufactor. I got to play with this card for the first time yesterday, and lots of people on the Serum Visions Discord, as well as my co-hosts, are working on this with me. So this is a 3-mana 1/3. It has a replacement effect that says if you would create a clue, food, or treasure token and instead create one of each. So this means you triple up on triggers from things like Gilded Goose, activated abilities from the Underworld Cookbook, or triggers from Lonis, Cryptozoologist, or Gingerbread Cabin. If you have 2 manufacturers in play, you get 9 tokens total. You get 1 of each, and then each of those becomes 1 of each. And if you have 3 in play, so it goes completely nuts. This version is opting not to play 4 because on its own, it's a little bit vulnerable and clunky. We do have Emry to rebuy it. And then we've also got Tireless Tracker to combine with it, but also with the land base. Now, Tracker doesn't get to play with Ren and 6 in this version because we're not playing the Teamer color combination. I've got Thought Monitor in here as well. So basically, the idea here is to provide a deck list for people who are looking for something a little more streamlined, a little more low to the ground, doesn't have the highest possible band on how powerful this whole deck could be, but potentially is just nice and smooth and functional. We've got Navigator's Compass in here, 2 copies. Jiggy Wiggy was using this yesterday as a way to smooth out. Sometimes you have lands that aren't forests, like an Urza Saga or a 1 island. The 3 life gain is acceptable. The artifact synergy with Urza is acceptable. The reduction on cost on Thought Monitor and Emry is acceptable. So this enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and then you can turn a land of your choice into the basic, or staple to it, the basic land type of your choice to end of turn. In theory, this also has the added benefit of helping you have your colors through Blood Moon. This was after the banning of Arkham's Astrolabe. This was sort of potentially one of the best competitors for it. The fact that the land type matters here is just useful for us. So I'm hoping between Underworld Cookbook, Gilded Goose, Lonis, and the Gingerbread Cabins that we have enough things to trigger Academy Manufacturers replacement effect to be getting on with. We've got 3 Metallic Rebukes. We've got 4 Cryptic Commands. This is just to give us a little bit of interaction. And generally speaking, the win condition is either a giant Urza construct, a giant Tireless Tracker, or we can pluck away at them with some Thought Monitors to sort of nickel and dime our opponent a bit. For anyone who's concerned about your ability to win with a construct token, yesterday I attacked with 2020 plus constructs in the Teamer build. The Teamer build, of course, was a little bit more suited to going to that ultra-powerful late game than this one is, but people sort of always ask the question, why do you want it to be a Urian deck? And besides the obvious answer of Urian's just sort of like a free thing you get to play for value, and it synergizes with Urza, and Urza provides the mana for you to play the Urian, I present to you, doubters of Urian, your 60-card version. Take it as you will, and I fully believe that versions like this are more than acceptable. They're not losing out on too much compared to the 80-card versions. And in theory, you do make up in some level of consistency. But when we get to the next Teamer build, my good friend Mordekaiser had an incredible brainwave breakthrough moment. Basically, something that we somehow completely missed, not surprisingly so, is that in Modern Horizons 2, one of the new to modern cards is a very much not innocuous little number. Let me grab the picture of it. Everyone will know what this card is, but I think pulling it up is good for the value. So Imperial Recruiter is 2 and a red for a human advisor. It's a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you search your library for a creature card with power 2 or less, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. Well, it turns out that Emry, Urza, Lonis, Kinnan, Dot Monitor, Esper Sentinel, Stoneforge Mystic, everything that we want to be playing in these decks in theory and more have Imperial Recruiter or are fetchable with Imperial Recruiter. Ooh, WotC. WotC with Gigantha. All right, so probably Tron. We'll see what they're up to. Oh, not Tron. Hierarch. Interesting. I could play... Oh, I wonder if it's 5-color Zoo. I say 5-color Zoo. Zoo. It's just Zoo. Just call it Zoo, Zach. So... I could play this Navigator's Compass. I'm a little bit nervous about getting Stone Rained, but at the end of the day, I really don't think I can avoid that. Thanks, Bauble. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to make. The reception has been phenomenal to it, so yeah. It was a labor of love. Yeah. Okay, so this is the 5-color Zoo deck. So expect Kavu Predators and Draco, Scion of Dracos, and I'm not sure what else. If we can find some mana, we'll have an Urza on a timely turn here. Unfortunately, the extra mana from this Mox Amber doesn't get to do anything this turn. Next turn, we could play Tracker into... Tracker into something. Although, most likely what I'm going to do next turn is just play Urza. And then see how far I can go with that. So Lonis is green and a blue for a 1/2 Snake Elf Scout. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. Definitely we've got some... Yeah, that's something I was concerned about. Womp womp. Alright, so we need some... Uh-oh. Yeah, alright. Oh my god. Well, I wish I had Lightning Bolt in my deck now, don't I? Okay, well, we ended up on the draw against this kind of deck, and, yeah, we're getting clocked. That is a good draw, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. So, Kinnan... It's going to be blue, yeah. Tracker... But unfortunately, that's where we stop.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season.
Are you Grinder,
and remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Second Mantis Rider? No, this is going to be... Oh, Cycle Triumph. You got it. Well, Thought Monitor can maybe chump block for a turn if they don't have another removal spell. If they have the Domain Pump spell, though, I'm dead here, so... Nope. Alright. Not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Chapter 2. Okay. It's fine. So we go... Play Urza. Wait, can I not play the Thought Monitor? What are you costing me? 4? Holy crap, I can't play it. I thought I was going to be able to play it. I didn't get any clues because I didn't have any lands coming. Okay, we're just dead now. I could have just played the Thought Monitor instead of the Urza, but I just didn't, and I elect to die. I think I could have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't even think I could. Huh. You do not. And the reason that you don't, Phoenix, is Kinnan requires you to, or the text on Kinnan says, whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. So in the case of Urza, the weird thing is, while Urza asks you to tap an untapped artifact you control, he himself, the source of mana, is not tapping. And for some reason, that's the line. All right, looks like we're just dead here. Well, they had a good start. We died on turn 5. Not quite able to make things happen there. If I had had the Lonis in play, we would have been more than good to go, but they had a single removal spell and our whole plan fell apart, so that's how it goes sometimes. Prismatic Ending, and I don't know if I want Teferi here. Probably. No, probably not. Take out Metallic Rebukes. Big capital G's. Yeah, we died. Turn 1 Drum. Turn 2 Goose. Turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Tracker. Tracker's not all that good in this matchup, though. No particular challenges, no particular news, Roy. Okay. Double Tracker is kind of tough here. As I suspected, our land count is a little rough for Tracker. Opponent multi 5. I will take that. What archetypes do you think are strong, and how will MH2 affect the metagame? I think those questions are way too big for me. There's just too many things happening. And maybe that's a cop-out answer. I don't know how you feel about that, but personally, I feel like I just don't have the insight to be able to make some big claim about what is good, what will stay good, what will be good, what won't be good, what are the, this domain deck looks very impressive when it all comes out like it did last game. Game 2, they mulled a 5. I saw Connor Man 5-0'd his first league out with it. Jiggy first league out 5-0'd with the Teamer Urza deck. But it's hard to say that that is a pattern that, is sustainable and will continue on that, trajectory. So it's just a really hard question, I think. A fair question. It's a totally fair question, but I can't answer you and feel confident about not BSing you. Like all Zuzeks, it should lose to a timely anger. It's true, yeah. What about Fury? Fury would have taken their last board apart on turn 2. Kill your Mantis Rider, kill your Hierarch. 2 for 2 for 0 mana. I don't know if the card is all that good, but it definitely works. Kavu, okay. It's got a 3/3 dude. Rats. Although this gives me access to the Mox Amber mana. The question here is, would I rather play a tracker or would I rather use Urza Saga? And I think the answer is I'd rather use Urza Saga. Doesn't have flash? What are we talking about? Oh, I know. Oh, I know. It's rough. I cannot believe they didn't give that card flash. I am endlessly annoyed. I do not understand what happened there. I don't get it. Not a happy camper. I don't get it. I don't even care about the card that much. I'm not like super excited to play it or anything, but it should have flash. Literally all the other 4 cards in that cycle have flash. Like, are you kidding me? Why does it not have flash? I don't get it. Okay, we're gonna get hit for 6 here. I assume they're getting their try. Oh no! No, 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 no! You don't have a Helix. You've never had a Helix in your life. No. Oh god. Please no. Oh, I remember the Red Force. At least Fury is playable, right? Like, Fury is definitely playable. Grief also doesn't have flash? Oh, maybe it doesn't. Huh. I guess it just wasn't relevant. Damn it. Damn removal deck with their removal. Wait, why did they exile the... Whatever. It doesn't matter. So I got 2 thick boys, but we're not done yet. Just 2 dead cards in my hand, though, because I can't find any lands there. So brutal. Oh, the other Springleaf's in my graveyard. Oh, no. Okay. It's fine. I've got a cookbook. And then... use that for food. Play Emry. Alright. We're in it to win it. No holding back. And I've done all this with 1 mana. Oh no. Oh goodness. I forgot they played that. They got Tribal Flames. Are you kidding me? Oh, perfect. Thank you. Cook them up, baby. Cook them up. They play their Savvy Triome. Interesting. In it to win it, in it? Yeah, what? It's in it to win it, in it? Does not have trample. I'll probably trade one of my constructs for it if they had attacked, which they didn't. Good on you, opponent. Good on you. Oh. Well, that's a good draw. I have a manufacturer in my graveyard. Okay, we're going to Pound Town here. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Manufacturer. What? No, you monster! Oh, it was gonna be like 8 more turns for me to win that game. Not really. It was like probably 3. They weren't coming back from that. Yikes. All right. Okay. I still don't think the Metallic Rebukes are all that good. But man, my mana has not been kind to me. Having the mana creatures is so rough. Do you think we'll ever see a Teamer Scape Shift deck with no Bring to Light? I guess the problem dropping babies would be why. Do you have a version that splashes Asmora Anomar Dice in a Kuldakar? I do not. But I have seen some. My co-host Brian does have a list for Sultai, which plays the cat combo. Which is Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven. And Rug Scapeshift was played a lot in the past. It was a top deck at some point. But, I mean, was that before Bring to Light was printed, though, Horny Vegan? Shauna, it was like about 5 minutes the first day and then a minute or two each other day. I have a sticky note here where I just like looked at it 1 or 2 times a day and just went Asmor Anno Mardika Diced Kuldakar. And then you just start like stringing them together. Asmor Anno Mardika Diced Kuldakar. I've seen other people do it in ways where they have like they cut it up into 4 names. That works fine. I just did it the way I did it because I wanted to make sure every single syllable was correct before I started stringing them together. But the 4 versions works as well. Sorry. Do I want to change anything? I kind of want the Metallic Rebukes back just to fight dirty a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah. Tireless Tracker has not been doing it so far. I don't think this hand is good against them, but they mulled the 6. I have to mull, but it hurts. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna keep this one, but it does not feel great. Should ask Watsy to unban Uro. Well, I don't assume some random person who's on a Watsy account has that power or even the ability to influence that. Wait a minute. They don't play any creatures for this mana cost. So I am not going to play my Gilded Goose into a Lightning Bolt. I'm just not. I refuse you, opponent. I refuse you. Oh, I should have bobbled there. Oops. This could be a problem. It'll probably be fine. So I'll Prismatic Ending that next turn. Jeez. Well, I have to find... Karn is missing in the top right. Hold on, yeah. It was broken before. Is it working correctly now? It does say game 3, which is correct. Oh, they're drawing lands. Why aren't we drawing lands? Okay. I know you have a land, opponent. Don't Roy me. Don't try to Roy me. Lightning Bolt. Yep. Pretty screwed. Oh my god. Well, I'll probably draw a land on the next turn, but this is... it's not looking good. Best possible draw would be Kinnan, but not really. Yeah. They're keeping up Path? Push? Do they play Push? No. Oh, the stupid Kavu. Eating cards out of my graveyard. accidentally just being insane. Alright, well, let's get our Ancestral Recall draw step. Hopefully hit a land. And they're gonna Bloodbraid me next turn. Come on. Come on. No! Come on! What is that? What? Oh my god. Brutal. What? The old border creature? Oh, Territorial Kavu. Territorial Kavu. Yeah. Which old border creature? What, Noble Hierarch? Yeah, we get to play the Emry. I mean, it's not... And I could exile their Hierarch if I want to. Hold on. The problem is... Maybe I'm supposed to. Because if they have a Bloodbraid Elf as the last card in their hand... Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't know if it's correct or not, but I'm going to do it. If I can do something that keeps my Emry in play for a turn, then we're much better off than we would be otherwise. If this is a Path to Exile as the last card, it wasn't. Interesting. Okay. I'm assuming it was Bloodbraid, but I don't know why they shocked then. Are they also playing Death Shadow? Maybe they are. I think I saw someone floating a list like that. There's 2 Baubles in the graveyard. They can't take both. They will take... Oh, they get to Rummage. Holy crap, this card is insane. This card is busted in half. They have a non-haste creature? They've got more lands. Okay. Okay. Oh. Man, that is not an impressive turn. I can't do anything. Jeez. Path? Aha. Okay. It's not too bad. Unless their other card is also removal. Oh no, they had no cards. Alright, well... Probably gonna draw something aggressive. What the hell? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we're mostly dead. To exile my Bauble here. So, next turn I'm going to dead. I could play Urza, I can play the drum. Jeez. Seriously? Is this? Okay. And I have to tap the compass, so I'm really... Man, I'm just... Not in good shape here. So good. Urza. Urza gets a construct. Tap. Shoot. Ah, I can't do anything. All right. I can play the Emry. I can play the Springleaf Drum. I could chump block the Kavu with the Urza and then sack the food token. Does that work? Play Emry, play this. No, I can't. I can't. No, I can't do it. Right. Just slightly too good of a draw out of them. Very close. All right. So Tireless Tracker feeling god awful in this build. Just the worst. I wasn't prepared for it to be this bad. But I suppose there's not quite as much card draw and land redundancy as I was hoping there would be. Initially, this build looked like this. And I think this would work better. But there are things to massage about this version. I think there's probably a good middle ground. Navigator's Compass felt like it should just be like, I don't know, Ren and 6 or something here, though. And without the, where is it? Without having the Thraben Inspector, Springleaf Drum seemed a lot worse. Hey, how's it going there, last god? Yeah, Shauna, I agree with you, but like oftentimes these decks have felt like, oh, we're on the draw again. All right, well. I agree with you generally speaking, but we have to figure out what the engine cards that are worth pursuing in these decks are, I guess. And and how powerful those are. Jiggy and I have had success in the past by playing these low interaction, super linear, hyper powerful decks to reasonable success. Cryptic Command being something that is like oftentimes the right amount of interaction if you can find the core concept. The monkey's tearing up Legacy? Well, it's not surprising. I mean, it's just slotted cleanly into Delver in a format that doesn't have Lava Dart as a prominent card. I want to make a viable weenie deck? You certainly can. You certainly can. There's definitely something that's time for. Why do people do this? It drives me up the wall. Ugh. Why? You made it look like you didn't have a land, then just play the land first. Just do it. Ah. Yeah, it took him a while to figure out what Kinnan did. Saw some main deck gut shots in Legacy. Yeah, Strifo was talking about it on stream, and I was like, wait, what? And then I realized it was like, oh, I guess they had to. Jeez, we are going to be toast here. Yeah. I mean, in theory, they won't be able to play this Death Shadow this turn, but there's just no way, right? Like, Death Shadow failing to play a Death Shadow by turn, yeah, they already have it. They are one land type away from Delirium. If they hit that, I'm getting hit for 6 this turn, which is horrifying. If they don't hit it, I'm getting hit for 2, which is kind of hilarious. All right, sure. Dragon's Rage Channeler. And I think Black, Red, Luris, Shadow. Oh, no, they're playing Jund. They discarded or they Delirium to Forest at some point. Their channelers didn't flip. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, Navigator's Compass gets to do its thing this turn. Well, not this turn. Next turn. It is relevant next turn. Maybe I will get to rebuke something this turn. But not that it matters, because it's going to trigger the channelers already anyway. They need a creature in their graveyard. So if they play a creature, I'm actually incentivized not to counter it. Oh, wait, what? Oh, they Delirium did it. Or they scryed it in. Surveilled it in. That card. That name. Oof. Alright. I'm just going to concede here. I just don't care about this game anymore. Discard, discard, discard. Oh yeah, and 2 mana, 2 1-mana 3/3s. With flying. Jesus. Pack your Wrenn and 6s, folks. Okay, so Veil seems good. And I guess I probably don't want Rest in Peace in the sideboards. I was expecting a lot more of the like crazy Vengevine decks, but I haven't run into a single one yet. That seems crazy. Yeah. 61 card special post board. Your aggro deck looks pretty good, Last God. You got all the good cards, not so many of the bad cards. I don't think Spirit of the Labyrinth is necessary unless there's a specific reason you want to play it. So 3/1 for 2? Yeah, but one toughness is a hard sell. Without any mitigating factor on why you'd play that. At least I think that it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I feel like you can do better. Saga Urza's It's Insane, right? It hasn't seemed insane to me, Hizera. But then I'm always on the winning side of it so far. So I'm not sure. It seems fine. It doesn't seem crazy. It seems very good, but not insane, and sometimes it's not that good. It's kind of slow. Yeah, maybe there's enough other X1s. I'm just so nervous about the X1s just because of like so Esper Sentinel and Thalia both mess with their removal spells. And then Ragavan is just at an insane power level, whereas I just don't think Spirit of the Labyrinth fits in that well. It's just not it's not comparable to those other cards, I don't think. Yeah, Ragavan might be the best 1-drop creature of all time. Certainly the most powerful, aggressive 1-drop creature ever printed. Dreadnought. That Alex. I know you come here to shit post, but like that's just incredibly misleading. Right. And the thing is, like, I don't know if Monkey is the best 1-drop creature in every format for every deck. That's definitely not true. But in terms of raw power level for a 1-mana play, the Monkey is the absolute tops. It is as good as it gets. There is nothing more powerful you could do for a single mana on turn 1 in all of Magic, I think. It probably beats out Deathrite Shaman. It's the best 1-drop in Standard right now. What? Phyrexian Dreadnought and Ragavan are both not in Standard. I don't understand. What? What are these words you're saying, Alex? If it was in Standard, sure. Yeah, but that card would never have been printed into Standard, so I don't really understand what that has to do with anything. But you're right. If it was in Standard, it would be totally insane. Freak, where did I go so wrong with this deck list? I can't honestly figure out where I went so wrong with this deck list. I guess I'm playing against two like hyper aggressive, like pretty well tuned out decks in a row, but yeah, I understand. I understand the way Ragavan works. It's fantastic. That's what I'm saying. It's the most powerful 1-drop. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think it's the most powerful 1-drop that's ever been printed. But as I suspected, if I was playing a version of this deck, the Teamer deck even, with Ragavan in this league, okay, I would not yet have been able to attack with it. Every single deck I've played against is super removal heavy. Yeah, I think that might be the problem, Freak. I mean, that's part of the problem. Jeez. I have nothing I can do now. And I can't even play this Cryptic Command because my mana is so wonky. Like, I need a breeding pool, but I haven't drawn any fetch lands other than the first one, which I needed for the Prismatic Ending. Well, at least they are never playing a, they're never going to be able to play a, what's the name of the card? Scourge of the Skyclaves. They can play a 6/7 Goyf, though. That's a problem. If I draw a Manufacturer, though, like, I'm just going to go nuts. But the problem is if I draw a Tracker, it's going to be terrible. Shit. Awesome. Great. And the second Goose means I get to cast this Cryptic Command eventually. Yeah, I agree with you, Freak. It's just one of those things where it's like, it feels like this should be, or like, something along these lines should be something that you can do. It was before. Well, we have Mox Amber as acceleration, although there's only 2 of it, so maybe that doesn't count as much as I'd like it to. No, come on! Ah! God damn it. Complete nonsense. I put in 3 Veil of Summers in this matchup. In my 60-card deck. I don't think I've seen a Veil of Summer in the last 24 hours. And I've been boarding them in nonstop. Yeah, I know, Freak. Well, okay. Yeah, Mox Amber doesn't if you're playing Planeswalkers, which I'm not in the main deck. Alright. Manufacturer? Okay. Maybe in this. Maybe. Whoa! Oh, that was reimbursement. Nice. Okay, well, that's good. Reimbursement for my Goblin Bidding League. Okay. This isn't that good, but it's good enough for now. It'll be significantly better next turn, but we'll see how much more infinite removal they've been sitting on. Hey, look! Lightning Bolt. God damn it. I completely disagree with you, Vegan. I feel like that's win more in most cases. As far as I've played these decks, the combination with Cookbook is Academy Manufactor, and then you get a clue every time you make a food, and the clue turns into a card. So you don't need to do more than that. It's just not necessary. But again, that's just my opinion, man. All right. Just dead. Not actually dead, but I'm just going to scoop out. I just don't. We've played against two super heavy, super aggressive removal decks and just been trashed. I brought in all the Veil Summers, didn't matter. Yeah, so I think... Okay. Daredevil's bad, but you want it to be good. I mean, it's neat. It's like a cool idea, but like, what's the actual text on it? Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control. I mean, it's fine. It's like, wait, what's wrong, Mord? Did something more awesome happen? Oh. Well, I don't... Mort, it's not your internet, necessarily. It's partially Magic Online just being a crappy client. What happened in them? Oh my god. Well, I lost 3 spells. But as long as my opponent doesn't get a turn 1... Okay. Well, the ones are miserable in Canada, Roy, but they are functional. Yeah. Now they can play Asmora and Omardic Dice in a cool to car if they want to. If they have one. Yay! Yeah. But it's not the internet connection, as far as I understand it. It's not the internet connection like as much as it is Magic Online. I mean, it's probably partially the internet connection, but Magic Online being a huge part of the issue. No, you don't want to yield to this. I mean, you can yield to the first two, but you don't want to yield to the last one. Opponent's deck is so cool. I'm not even mad. You really like it. I mean, it's fine. I think a lot of people have seen and are playing this deck, so yeah. I mean, there's the cow, so they got 2 foods, so they can kill my goose. I'm just dead this game. They were on the play, they had a quick start, we're just toast. I'm not coming back from that. They also had me discard Kinnan, Compass, and Lonis. It's so glass cannon and it's crazy. Is it? I don't know about that. Is it actually? Doesn't feel like it would be. It feels like they can play a longer, grindier game. It's just it's probably not as powerful as... Well, I didn't see any Vengevines. They probably have them. Really? Okay, that's good to know.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season. And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
They're not running Vengevine? That seems completely incorrect to me. I don't know how you could play that deck and say, I'm not going to play Vengevine. Are they the version that's playing exactly one big troll? Because that also feels really insane to me. Like, that seems like it should be one of the best cards in your deck. How are you not playing more than one of it? Oh, I know. I know the card is good. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are they playing 2 or 3 of it? Like, what? One? One, huh? All right. Suppose you know what you're doing. So wait, are they playing what is it, Blazing Root Walla? Hooray! I lost all my gas again and my removal spell. Well, at least this time they didn't get a turn 1 hollow one. Thank goodness. Huh. I swear I had a plan for how this was gonna make me a construct before it went away, and I don't have one. I am in trouble. All right. I think we're probably going to lose this one and then just scoop out the next 2 matches. I don't feel motivated at all to continue playing this version. I think I misdesigned it in a bunch of different places. The obvious example is Thought Monitor and Tireless Tracker, both in my hand right now, that I've never cast. They just Thoughtseize themselves. Now they're going to play Asmorano, Mardika, Dyson, Kuldakar. I lost my Prismatic Ending, which would be able to remove this or the cookbook. I'm about to Stone Rain myself. Yeah, we're just gonna scoop out of this league. So the brewing process is never a straight line. Tireless Tracker was horrible in this deck list. Horrible. I'm shocked by how colossally awful it was. So at least that's something to learn. I think you can play it in these decks. It's not the worst thing in the world to do, but you definitely want to play it with Renin 6. And Renin 6 is something that helps these decks recover from your high synergy deck needing to mulligan in the early games. So we're going to move over to a version of Mord's Mordekaiser's Teamer Urza Manufacturer deck in a second. The blue-green Manufacturer deck, again, this was the point of this was to I artificially constrained myself in a bunch of ways, and I just didn't know how to do it properly. The way my thinking all got pared down, I wanted to play some representative copies of a lot of the stuff I was playing yesterday. So Compass is terrible here. Springleaf Drum is probably quite poor because there isn't enough creatures. Cookbook's still fine because it's really good with Manufacturer, and Tireless Tracker is probably no good here. Without the drums, Kinnan is pointless. So this maybe can be a shell that you start from. Also, I didn't initially plan on playing Emry. So if you look at the Bant Manufacturer list I had here before, there's no Emry here. And while I love the card Emry Lurker of the Loch, but I personally believe that it's really, really tough to play it in a lot of deck lists right now. It just dies all the time to everything. We're against Genderdome, streamer Genderdome here. So I'm just going to scoop this out, though. Even though this is the best hand I've seen so far with this deck, I just don't care anymore. Sometimes you just have a brew and you take it in and it just completely falls apart and you just need to cut your losses, move on. No shame in experimentation. So yeah. So I think this version, if I wanted to do something like that, can't you put the Whir package instead of the Cryptic in the empty slots? Whir package. What is the Whir package? What is the Whir package? Like, what do you... Word of Invention, Bridge, Spyglass, Needle. You could. I think that works completely counterintuitively to the deck I was trying to build. So, yes, you could. I think those would be 2 easy adds, though, and probably this. Freak was playing Talismans in his Upheaval deck that he just showed me. Sorcerer's Soy Glass. I don't know if it's as good as Sorcerer's Sake Cup, but... Right. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. As soon as I play Word of Invention, I'm like, if I'm playing 4 copies of Urza and I'm playing Word of Invention, why am I not playing Thought Foundry and Sword of the Meek, right? Like, come on. Don't mess around with the thing that is like clearly the best thing to be doing, right? Anyway, I'm excited for the next list. All right. Might be room for both of those too. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I have a Bant mid-range version of a Urza Urian deck with Stoneforge Mystics, and that one is playing a bunch of neat. That's not what I said, Torpor Orb. I mean that's literally what I said, but that's not what I meant. What I meant is that if you're playing 4 copies of Urza and then you put Word of Invention in your deck, I think it's crazy not to take that next step and play 3 or 4 copies of Thopter Foundry and 1 or 2 copies of Sword. That if you want my specific, fully fleshed out thoughts, that is exactly what I mean. So yeah, this was a colossal failure. This is obviously not the deck as I played it. This probably could use. I'm not sure. I mean, there's just so many bits and pieces that are moving around here. Honestly, I'm just gonna kind of throw this one, and then the next time I play anything like this, I'm gonna play the Bant version of it, which looks like this. It is not playing Emry, and I think that probably stops you from doing goofy things that are gonna make you lose the game. The kind of grindy value plan that Emry puts into play, I love that so much, but I don't know if it's just I don't know if that's something you can be doing right now. This version at least is sort of a little bit more straightforward and clean in terms of concept. I would really like to play some Ephemerates in here. Oh yeah, and Tireless Tracker was awful. Obviously, this version has a little bit more land, but Tracker was terrible. So probably just punt that out right from the get-go. Not a fan of Inspector in Modern. Well, I've played it before with Springleaf Drum Torpor Orb, and I found it surprisingly good. Also, 3-Bit Inspector combos with Lonis and Academy Manufacturer in a really powerful way. So I have more incentive than just like, I'm just playing 3-Bit Inspector for value. No. There's a lot that, like, there's several good reasons that this deck would play 3-Bit Inspector. I think the last 4 cards in this honestly should just be Ephemerate. And then I think you actually have something that's sort of like worth looking at now. This is now like, because Ephemerate just helps you helps put this deck on the map in terms of the power level of the average Modern format. Even I could consider Aether Vial for this deck list. Not sure that I would play it, but I would at least consider it. Maybe instead of the Ephemerates, I'm not sure. But anyway, so that's enough of all of that nonsense. if you're in the future on YouTube and you watch that complete meltdown of a deck, please hit that like button because I could sure use it. And check out some of the other videos, including the Teamer Imperial Recruiter Urza's Manufacturing deck that we're about to play here live.